Too busy for me on a Friday? Huh? I got my glasses off looking at the screen. What is this? There we go. 5 more people in the building. Let's go in the building, man. I got my... Put your glasses back on. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. I had my AirPods on last night while we did the PM live. Might do that. Thursdays and Fridays, expect more of those PM lives, especially while I'm on. Be on camera, because, you know, so I get some time off. Turbo, what's good? Turbo. What rhymes with turbo? Word flow. You heard though? Huh? Turbo, you heard though? Ah. We in the building. We in the John Pettit. Is it like Andy Pettit? I know Andy Pettit has a T in his name. Good morning, my guy. Juan Petito. What's going on, man? A little more Knicks rehab and NBA rumors. We got to do both. We do this for the algorithms, baby. We chop the videos up, put it on the other channel. That way, you know, we talk about other things. Wait till we talk about these other topics. You hear how we do about how we feel about certain events in our life, certain intimate events in our life, the most special way to go about intimate proposals. We talk about it all. Anarchy was good, baby. Kevon Blazemore E. Blazemore. Yeah, Blazemore. Let me give you all the weather for today. 77 degrees, humidity's at 70%, but it shall be raining. It will be raining today. It shall be raining. It shall be raining today. See what time it's gonna start raining. It's raining now, actually, in New York. And it's saying up until 10 o'clock. Rain showers, raining the whole day. I don't know if this is the rain from the hurricane that hit us yet. I saw Mr. G the other day on TV, man. Mr. G? Whew. Wepa, fly, teta, puñeta. What's up, G, man? I don't think Google could catch up to that unless, like, they in PR. You got to be Puerto Rican, G, man. Puñeta. That's from PR. Cajo. No. Llevó el cajo al mecánico. Puñeta. Me jodió el maldito carro eso. El maldito cajo. Puerto Ricans are like the Jews of Latinos. Uh-oh. That's a good thing, Google. Watch your mouth, Google. So far, let's get into it. Rainy day here in New York City. The latest I've heard that I saw, Mr. Gary Trent Jr. is expected to pick between the Philadelphia 76ers and New York Knicks, tells Bucket Access. Gary Trent Jr. and his agents at Clutch Sports are looking for a 1-year deal. We don't want no Clutch Sports clients over here. We la cosa rosa over here. So Gary Trent, you ain't switching sides. You're going to be joining Philly. Or Denver Nuggets have emerged as the front runner for Gary Trent Jr., sources tell Buckets. Denver officials have had a few people on their radar, and Trent Jr. happens to be one of them. I remember Gary Trent Jr., I think, was he on Toronto team?
Ball suckers. We in the building. Morning, everybody. Good morning. Faye, what's good?
Good morning. What's going on? I'm chilling. Had a little rest. We he just reading about this Gary Trent Jr. rumors. Um, Gary Trent Jr. is expected to pick between the 76ers and the Knicks, according to Bucket Access. But as I read here, all ball,
Go ahead. I know exactly where you're going.
he is a Clutch Sports client.
Exactly. So we will not be getting Gary Trent Jr., which I would have loved. Instant offense off the bench.
Talk about it.
Quickly 2.0. Listen, yeah. Listen, I like quickly, but this guy here knows his role. He knows he's coming off the bench and he knows he's there just to give firepower. He can hit the mid range, he can hit the 3-point shot. He's active on defense and he knocks down free throws. This would have been a perfect fit. Perfect fit. To pair him up with Deuce off the bench. Listen, man, this would have been perfect. But when I read he signed to Clutch, my dreams went out the window because we know there's no love with Clutch. Even though the beef kind of squashed and it settled a little bit, listen, man, Clutch is listen, we think like Coleslaw no Rosa is the mob. Clutch is moving like the mafia too. So, it's I see Clutch hating on us so much to where they'd rather him go to Philly to make Philly stronger than us. So yeah, this would be a blow. This would just make Philly bench better. But if we had them, man, listen, these are the pieces that we keep talking about to become that championship contending team. Little pieces like this that you need. I would love to get Gary Trent Jr. I like his career is solid. I've always liked him. Like I said, instant offense off the bench.
Yeah, I agree with you because now I'm thinking back on them Phil Jackson rumors. Remember when Phil Jackson said the posse thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, "But look at us! I'm over here. I'm calling everybody the mob. We calling everybody the mob." So I don't think Phil Jackson was ever wrong about that. I just thought it was a way for LeBron to blow that up and kind of get Carmelo. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
Melo was here, so imagine if he goes,
okay.
"Yo,
Sorry.
why you want to go over there for?"
Well, the I think Phil Jackson was wrong about the posse comment, but
You
I
do?
yeah, because you don't it's you could have used another word, but he's seen, they was trying to
I love you
move
too. Have a good day. Sorry,
they
head on a swivel.
yeah. He seen what they was trying to do. And this is why they left Miami. And Phil Jackson, being who he is, seen that coming a mile away. You ain't gonna come in here and run an organization. So I just don't like that he called posse. But like I said, Clutch, Braun, Rich Paul, and them. Listen, they any organization they go to, they trying to run everything, and it seems like this is why he went to the Lakers. I don't think it was because he wanted to live in LA, because even though the Lakers is one of the greatest franchises in sports history, they gave him the power that he wanted. Think about him in Cleveland. Dan Gilbert wasn't going for that. Look at Miami. Then look at Phil. But now look at the Lakers. Him going to the Lakers wasn't about championships. That bubble thing just fell into their lap. No disrespect. He was going over there probably to learn the business, because in the future, when this expansion team thing happens and, they get a team in Vegas, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen, I would say in the next 3-4 years, he wants to be owner or part owner of that. So whatever team he went to, he wanted to be part of that, you know, part of having the power, owning and making decisions, because this is what he's going to be doing probably for the rest of his career. So, yeah, this is, man, listen. Damn,
So
go ahead.
no, I'll bring everybody back on track. But for everyone that doesn't know, get us back on track. And even remind all of us of what Phil Jackson said. It had to hurt that when they lost LeBron, that was definitely a slap in the face. But there were a lot of little things that came out of that. When LeBron was playing with the Heat, they went to Cleveland and he wanted to spend the night. They don't do overnights. Teams just don't. So now Coach Spoelstra has to text Riley and say, "What do I do in this situation?" And Pat, who has the Iron Fist rules, answers, "You're on the plane. You are with this team. You can't hold up the whole team because you and your mom and your posse want to spend an extra night in Cleveland." I think there was a LeBron uh, response. If he says it, out to the media, I can only imagine what he says when the camera is not on him.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So
Ain't nobody think about you, LeBron. You think Phil Jackson's really thinking about you, bro? He coached Mike, Kobe, man, got 11 rings. He ain't thinking about you, bro. Too
I,
fond of yourself.
I think he's right when he says that, because it's the same way with all of us. I don't know if he's missing that. Phil Jackson's point was LeBron was just spending the night. He was doing whatever he wanted to do in Miami, and he's saying you and your posse want to just chill in Cleveland. I don't think, to me, it was never racist. I think posse just sounds like an old school word.
Right,
And
right. I don't think he was racist. Just that's the only way he knows how to say a group of people. It's posse. Remember, man, some of these
your
dudes is
crew.
outdated, corny, so they don't know what they saying. But he ain't.
Right.
Once again, he ain't racist. He not even thinking about. Listen, Phil Jackson came over and robbed us for $60 million. He is not. He got a free $60 million. He is not thinking about LeBron James. And LeBron needs to understand, everybody ain't thinking about you, bro. As great as you are, Phil Jackson ain't thinking about you, man. You want me to be honest? You ain't more legendary than Phil Jackson.
I disagree there, but
not me.
I think LeBron, in true LeBron fashion, is my point. You took that and you saw an opportunity to go to play victim, and then you say, "Hey, Melo, you sure you want to be there?" Because at this point, this 2014, 2015, LeBron wanted to join. Remember D Wade went to Cleveland at the end of his tenure, even before Chicago, and then he traded him too once he saw it wasn't going to work. So LeBron is just we could call him spoiled or entitled, big baby about these decisions, and I think that was a way. And remember, we're not Phil Jackson fans as far as his Knicks tenure. So this just reminded me of that with Clutch Sports. These are the things that when we talk about Clutch Sports, the obvious things that they do, I'm pretty sure CAA does their thing behind the scenes, maybe more classy. I don't know. Better relationships. Leon Rose don't even talk. Like I always compare Kawhi Leonard and Kyrie Irving. I'm like, yo, Kyrie and Kawhi miss just about as much time. Nobody talks about Kawhi. Why? Because he's quiet. So let's say Leon Rose is just as bad in the background as Clutch Sports and Rich Paul and them. He's quiet, right? Like they move in silence. So maybe he is just as bad, but we just ain't. We know what the beef is between Clutch Sports and CAA, and we know we don't want anything to do with them. If we get Gary Trent Jr., will it be a favor? You know what I'm saying? Like what does it come with? Because we don't rock with y'all, man. This guy built the Knicks up. We ain't playing with you.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just want to, give a big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Listen, we love y'all to death. Big shout out to y'all. We can't read all the comments, but always understand nothing but love. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me just respond to this. He's definitely more legendary than Phil. Okay. Is LeBron James a better basketball player than Phil Jackson as a coach? Phil Jackson got 3 3-peats under his belt. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's go with the Knicks. Let's continue.
Wait.
Yeah.
I actually like that question because he might be the Phil Jackson of players. Because to me, look, Phil Jackson does not, the same way you hate Popovich, Phil Jackson doesn't win without them players. He went and got Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Kobe Bryant, Shaq. These three guys were on MVP level.
So hold on. When Phil Jackson coached the Chicago Bulls, he was a rookie head coach. He wasn't known for being great. He didn't come from somewhere else winning championships already. Let's not forget with the Knicks, he's won what? Did he win 2 or did he win 1 championship?
I think he won. Let's say at least 1. I'll look it up.
Right. So let's understand. I'm not talking about LeBron James, the social media presence. I'm not talking about no. We talk about legendary in the game of basketball. Phil Jackson, when he went to the Bulls, he was not a great head coach. He didn't come from nowhere else winning championships. So let's be realistic. He built that with Michael Jordan. Kobe and Shaq wanted Phil Jackson. Let's not forget that. Regardless of whatever, who has 3 3-peats? Look at what he did under his belt. Look at the players that won under his tenure. Just how we say our guy Tibbs, is the big man whisperer. What do we call Phil Jackson? So for me, do they win without Phil?
No.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. Let's not go too far. We understand LeBron 4 rings, got the championships, he got the record, the most points and 40K, 10 and 10. Okay, cool. Man got 3 3-peats, man. Man got 11 championships, man. Like, come on. When we sit up here and go crazy over Bill Russell, God rest his soul, yo, we disrespect him and he got the 11. Let's not disrespect what Phil did.
I'm not disrespecting what Phil did, but I like what AP said. Oh, Phil Jackson does have 2 chips with the Knicks, and they both played with a stacked deck, which is my point. Phil don't win without a stacked deck.
Here we go.
Phil don't. He doesn't. He doesn't. We saw they did.
Did Phil inherit a stacked deck?
Yes. What are you talking about? He didn't build the Bulls up.
Okay.
He didn't build the Bulls up. Doug Collins was there.
So
Collins was there.
So the first 3-peat, that was a stacked deck.
No, I'm saying they were a championship team on the way, but it ain't like he built them. Same thing with the Lakers. Both 3-peats. All I'm saying is if we're gonna snide LeBron or whatever it is for the way he handles things, LeBron don't win without his players around him.
All coaches that have stacked decks don't win.
Absolutely, but again, we talking about legends. And we talking about LeBron is the Phil Jackson of NBA legends.
Is Kawhi Leonard, Westbrook, and James Harden legends? Are they future Hall of Famers?
Yes.
They did not win. So everybody don't win with stacked decks.
And neither one of them are the Phil Jackson of
legends.
James.
Doug Collins had Michael Jordan, couldn't get out the first round. Everybody don't win with that type of talent. That takes a special type of person to do that. What he did with Kobe and Shaq, what that man does with players as far as the mindset and having all those personalities mesh together and have one common goal to win, everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do that. That's why we don't see too many head coaches with multiple championships.
Correct. But Doug Collins ain't no Phil Jackson. Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, James Harden ain't no LeBron James.
I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying, let's not say he only won because he had a stacked deck. How many teams have stacked decks and the coach don't win?
Listen, we ain't talking about them other guys. We talking about the best of the best, the cream of creme de la creme. LeBron James and Phil Jackson are at the top of the list in each of their respective professions. One is a coach, one is a player. We talking about the GOATs at their position. We ain't even talking about just legendary. This is different. You ain't even got to be. Tim Duncan is a GOAT, and he ain't really legendary in a lot of people's minds. He's a GOAT.
He got 3 3-peats, bro. 3.
3.
When the last? Yeah, he got 3. He got 2 with Chicago. Shaq and them ain't 3-peat.
Yeah, they did. Oh, so I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Yeah.
And almost 4.
Exactly. Don't play with him. Come on, bro. And then he won another 2 with Bynum in them.
That's what I'm saying. It was almost 4.
Come on, bro. Come on. Don't play with that man.
Not at all. But he's still not doing. Bro, he had the best players in the game. We ain't even talking about. I could see if it was 2 of the top 10 and do it. No.
He had a young. When he went to Chicago, I'm gonna say it again. We could get back to the Knicks. Give me 1 minute. When he went to Chicago, he was not known as a great head coach. He didn't come from another situation where he won titles and then came over there. We cannot lose that. When he went to LA, they wanted that man. They wanted that man. Nah, we need Phil. Guys was begging for Phil. Ain't nobody begging for LeBron James. They running away from LeBron James. It's vice versa. LeBron is begging for them, and they curving them. Come on, bro.
Nah, some people win an argument by straight punchlines.
I love the chat. I love y'all, man. But come on, man.
They running from LeBron.
Come on. While they was begging for Phil the coach, right? While they was begging for Phil the coach, LeBron is begging players to play with him, and they curving them. Come on, bro. Come on.
Is LeBron doing to the Lakers what Phil Jackson did to us?
So that's a great question, right? Because I got to give a big shout out to my pops. My pops, right? He's not into sports how he used to be, but he always said, "Why did James Dolan, Phil Jackson turned us down like 3-4 times?
Right.
And my pops always just like, yo, what is James Dolan doing? So, of course, after a while, it's like, yo, if you want me to just take your money, I'm going to take your money. I just think Phil Jackson didn't care. It was just like, yo, all right, you going to give me the money? Like, you basically forcing the money on me. I ain't give it here. I think what LeBron is doing is just strictly business, where it's just like, I'm going to learn how to run an organization, and I'm going to learn how to use my power. And if I can't have this power, I'm not playing for your team. And that's why I think he went to the Lakers. And this is why he didn't go to the Knicks. This is why he didn't last in Cleveland and Miami. What he's doing now is what he was trying to do every step of the way. Because once again, he's a businessman. And I'm not knocking that. But you can't get mad for nobody that don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Not letting you run my organization. Nah. So I just think Phil just robbed us with no gun.
Turbo was saying that Doug Collins took the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, my fault, Turbo.
They went to 3 Eastern Conference Finals in a row because I know the games when they went 7 games and Scotty had the migraine. Phil was coaching them. Phil had him in the Eastern Conference Finals and Scotty had the migraine because I know he lost that. I thought he won every year with the Bulls up until the Mike retired. If I'm not mistaken, Phil Jackson went to that Eastern Conference Finals with the Bulls. But all great points that we made. So in my opinion, if LeBron James is the Phil Jackson the players, maybe not. So what? It sounds like you either have Phil Jackson as the Michael Jordan of coaches, or if not, who do you have as Michael Jordan of coaches?
Phil Jackson is the greatest coach of all time. To me, Phil Jackson is the greatest head coach in all of sports. The only one that probably could rival him is you got to maybe go with guys like Red Auerbach or what's my guy that was coaching the Green Bay Packers way before we was born?
Vince Lombardi?
Right. To me, those 3. Then comes the Belichicks and all of that. But I think you put Phil Jackson up there with Vince Lombardi and guys like that. Yeah, listen, man. That man got 3 three-peats. And then he got 2 back-to-back. Like, come on, man. Nah, man. Like, Phil, like, I know people don't like Phil Jackson personally. But what he has done, people that it's not talking about enough. Like, where's his 30 for 30? Where's his documentary that's super ill, where it's like, yo, this man came from wherever he came from, just like an Eric Spoelstra. That's why they lucky. If Spoelstra get 4-5 rings, that head coaching list is going to change. But what Phil Jackson did, as far as a head coach, is unmatched. It's unmatched. I don't care about what talent y'all talking about. What he did is unmatched. He made 3 three-peats. He was able to have players play together that if it wasn't for Phil, that team wouldn't be together. Kobe and Shaq with that mess. He dealt with Dennis Rodman, bro.
He did what Pat Riley couldn't do. Pat Riley coined the term three-peat and never actually completed a three-peat. Phil Jackson is the three-peat whisperer. Damn.
Yeah, Pat Riley in my top 5. Yeah, Pat Riley in my top. And this is great because Pat Riley and Phil Jackson both were part of the Knicks. So this is still Knicks Rehab. But Pat Riley is in my top 5, but I'm not taking Pat Riley over Phil Jackson. I'm definitely not doing that. I love Pat though. Pat is definitely in my top 5.
He don't have 3 three-peats. Because it still is to what Pat Riley spoke to. There's something, I gotta look that up. The greed, the more, whatever. It's harder for you to go back to back to win that second of the leg of the back-to-back championships because the players get greedy, they get comfortable. Know how this goes. The bag's on the table. So imagine 3. And then you do three times, and it could have been 4.
Right. And then the 4th time you win, you do it back to back.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. That not, bro, that don't happen. Like you said, guys is not winning back to back, let alone 3 in a row, 3 times. And what if Mike didn't retire? What if Mike didn't have them little hiccups? Come on, bro. Like, nah, Phil. Listen.
What if Mike What if Mike spent less time at the at the gambling spot?
Okay, I mean, yeah, we can say that. We can say that. But Phil Jackson deserves a lot more credit. Now, what he did to our Knicks, listen, man, I'm definitely not a fan of that. I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was purposely. We just try to like throw us to the point where we could never climb up from under that. But I'm just saying, as far as a head coach, yeah, of course, Pat Riley as an executive is nothing less than excellent. So it's no comparison when it comes to that and him and Phil. But I'm saying strictly coaching, Phil Jackson legendariness is up there with Mike, Tom Brady. If y'all want to put LeBron up there, yeah. When you name legend, when you name greatness, and you put those names up there, his name gets mentioned without question.
I like what LB so Wavy said. Using all ball logic, Steve Kerr is a GOAT coach. He took over Mark Jackson's coaching spot just like Phil just took over Doug Collins' good situation. The only thing with that is that Phil Jackson was kind of tested. He stood the test of time when Mike retired. Then he did it again with a new team. We have reservations about Steve Kerr only because where's the new team? Like it's really about time with Steve Kerr because what can he really? There's nothing he could do about it. We've seen almost 4 3-peats in 2 different decades. Like that's Steve Kerr's up against that.
Come on,
That's
man. Yeah.
When you put it like that, it's like, wait a minute. What did he do to really win? What did he really remember? Like AllBall just said, he had to control Dennis Rodman. He was just as wild as Draymond. He was out and about leaving the team. He was out, and Michael Jordan had to go get him. So this is the guy you have to rock with. You got Draymond, and you don't have him under control.
Do we understand how much respect you have to have from players like Mike and Kobe? Anybody can't coach them. You think today these coaches could coach Kobe and Mike? Like, come on, like pause. When we dig real deep into this, like, bruh, that man is a genius. When you get players like that to buy in, when you're a coach that can tell Mike in the huddle, hey man, pass the ball, trust your teammates. You know how much respect a guy like Jordan has to have for you? Do we understand who Michael Jordan was at that moment? And for you to be the head coach of him to respect you? Like, come on, bro. So if a lot of us got Mike as our GOAT, we got Kobe as our GOAT, we got both of them in the top 5, however y'all want to have it, top 3, and we know the mentality they had and the just the killer mentality, the will, and for them to be able to play for that coach and respect him, come on, bro. That's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. Who respects LeBron like that? Respectfully. Who? What coach is out here saying super great things about LeBron? It ain't Mike Woodson. We don't even know if David Blatt's still living. Come on, man. Cut the jokes.
Yeah. By the way, Turbo was right. Doug Collins did bring the Bulls to their first Eastern Conference Finals appearance in 15 years.
Okay.
Before he was fired. But he was right about that. I think Phil brought him to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then he went to the finals. I'll check on that. Yeah, because he was fired. Doug Collins was fired in 89. The Bulls went in 90, and the Pistons won in 90. Then the Bulls won 91, 92, 93. Yeah. So, that's an interesting combo. Who's the greatest coach? Because I think like Don Nelson is the most underrated coach of all time. Spoelstra is Doc Rivers is the most overrated. Apparently, I got George Karl up there as most overrated.
He's not even overrated. He's just the most terrible coach of all time. I would give Tyronn Lue probably at this point one of the most overrated, just based off of how they talk about him
currently today, or just in general.
I mean, in general, because once again, even though he won that championship, bro, they went to the trip before that with Blatt, so he ain't had nothing to do with that. He ain't had come on, man. Like, let's be realistic.
I guess I did hearing stuff like, and they're in the locker room and he's pressing LeBron, pushing his buttons, and James Jones had to put him to the side, like, bro, Isn't that what you wanted? So I think he does have some of that Phil Jackson. I don't think Ty Lue is a pushover. I don't think Doc Rivers is a pushover. But to your point, when does this equate wins? Because you guys got talent around you. When are you going to figure this out?
Right. See, Fabe, I think Tyronn Lue is a good coach. I'm not saying he's not a good coach. I just don't think he as great as people discuss him. Like when it's like, when they talk about coaches today, like they bring up Ty Lue like as if he's one of the best out there. And I totally disagree. But he's definitely a good coach. Yeah.
So can we name 10 better coaches than Ty Lue right now?
I'm being honest. I don't think we can name 10 good coaches, period. So it's by default. Bro, these guys are getting fired every season. Think about it. These guys get
Budenholzer just won a
fired.
championship, fired.
Right. They get fired every season, and then they having the talent and can't do nothing with it. So for me, I don't think it's 10 good coaches in the NBA, to be honest. Maybe I'm, going overboard with it, but yeah, Tyronn Lue is top 10 by default. It ain't no, come on, man. Just imagine in the era with the Phil, the Pops, the Don Nelsons, the Pat Riley, like, come on, bro. The Chuck Daly's and all that. Like, man.
I'm with you. I guess back to Gary Trent Jr.
Yes. Sorry about that, y'all.
No, not sorry at all. That was an ill segment. Is LeBron James the Phil Jackson of players, or is Phil Jackson the LeBron of coaches? Is Phil Jackson the LeBron of coaches? That's the video.
No,
I'm thinking that's the one.
Or who's more legendary? LeBron as a basketball player or Phil Jackson as a head coach?
You think that should be the type? You know how YouTube works.
I know. I don't know how to word it correctly, or what the title should be, but yeah, I don't know. Got to think about that one.
That's a great one. So Gary Trent Jr.'s stats, by the way, y'all, he averages for his career 14 points per game, 1.5 assists, 2.4 rebounds. He's not as tall as his father. His father was 6'8". Gary Trent Jr. is 6'5". Not quite as tall as his father. He's how old is he? 20. He's only 25.
Yo, it seemed like he's been in the league forever.
Hell yeah!
Wow.
Maybe I'm mistaking him for his father. I don't know, but I thought he was in the league for at least 10 years.
That's what I thought.
He was on Portland. He got traded to him for Portland to Toronto for the kid that's being rumored to go to the Lakers now.
Who?
What's the kid? Flea was going crazy the other day when he found out. He's like, that's the guy they better get. He's on Portland. He got a big contract.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me see. Portland. Blazer. Player rumored to Lakers. Jeremy Grant. That's who it was.
Oh, okay.
More impact, pause, Phil or LeBron? We had to pause that, Dave. That was a crazy pause, Dave. It's okay. You mean just like Tibbs? Hilarious. Oh, look, Mike Malone with the list of coaches. I mean, Gregory Lee with the list of coaches. Mike Malone, Ty Lue, Spoelstra, Tibbs, Nick Nurse, Steve Kerr, Pop, Boston's coach. That's messed up. Joe Maz. Boston's coach. That looks like NBA Live 96 when they used to take out Michael Jordan and put player 99. You put Boston coach with a suit on and a blurry face. Gregory Lee, what's wrong with you, Gregory Lee? Show that man some respect. He just won a championship. That's what happened to Ty Lue. He got fired or let go, whatever it was. Nah, that was funny, though. You're right. That's a good list. Who else is sneakily on there? Because the guy in Orlando is starting to make some waves. I don't know JB Bickerstaff. He's on the Pistons now, right? He just came from Cleveland. I thought he was all right, but apparently they let him go. Donovan Mitchell wanted him out of there. Clearly, got the big contract and he's gone. Who's making waves? Oh, the Oklahoma City coach is gonna get. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Denault? Is that Mike Denault? I haven't even heard somebody try to pronounce his name. Only the OKC guys. He's up there because he's gonna get credit for all that. The guy from Minnesota right now is gonna get credit. They're on the verge of being better than Ty Lue because they had a great situation. Minnesota coach is Finch, right? Chris Finch. He just broke his leg on the sideline last year. He was coaching from the third row. That's crazy. Towards ACL, I think. I don't know who else is in this. Oh, Ime Udoka. Hold on a second. You know, Ime's our guy. That's the guy we gotta, he's gonna be maybe considered better than Ty. I think he's a better coach than Ty Lue. What do you think, AllBall?
Yeah, I like Ime. It's just that, a lot of these coaches that we just named, they had a good couple seasons. But when you compare them to the legends, some of them guys was good for 10 years straight, man. 5-10 years straight. So that's kind of where, even though Steve Kerr had the talent, still got to give him props to, be successful all those years. So for me, a lot of the coaches that we name and the Nick Nurses and all of that, after they win that title, they go missing. They go to other teams and they're not successful. Nick Nurse ain't did nothing in Philly yet. You know what I'm saying?
I like where you're going, because now that I'm looking at this, what Gregory Lee just said, right? Mike Malone, Ty Lue, Spoelstra, Tibbs, Nurse, Steve Kerr, Joe Mazzulla, and Pop. Pop is going to go down as a legend already. I think Spoelstra's already a legend, living legend. But the other guys that are on the verge and could possibly make legend. Because if Pop is a legend, Steve Kerr's probably going to be, let's say Pop and Spoelstra right now are legendary in our mind. Can nobody convince us otherwise, right? The other guys that have a chance to be named legendary, Steve Kerr is ranked number 1 for me. Steve Kerr got a chance to be a legend up next before all these guys. Then I gotta say, going by my gut opinion, my gut feeling, I think I like Mike Malone better than all these guys. I just love Mike Malone. The way he got at LeBron after the press conference last year, the way he talked, like the way, shout out to his father, God bless the dead, Brendan Malone. The way he talks about the game, I just like the way he talks, and the people respect him. I think
Well,
he's the next guy up after Pop and Spoelstra, already legends, all ball. But who's the guy out of these guys you see that is, oh no, they're gonna be like Steve Kerr is ranked number 1. He got it. They're gonna call him the next legendary coach, I believe. Unless you disagree, is it him, Mike Malone, Ty Lue, or Nick Nurse, or Tibbs?
so Mike Malone to me turned me off. After that title run, they've done nothing. What happened to them last season in the second round, being up 2-0 and losing 4 straight to Minnesota, and getting rid of KCP, Bruce Brown. It's like you have potentially one of the greatest players we've ever seen, and I don't know what y'all doing over there. So with Mike Malone being the head coach, I'm being honest, I'm not too fond of him no more. I'm just not. I'm a little biased. I like what Tibbs is doing, because he's made the Knicks relevant, right? And he's made the Knicks been relevant for the last 4 years. The first year went to the playoffs, which nobody expected. Second year, everybody was hurt. Third, fourth year, you get Brunson, and now look. So for me, I think Tibbs is probably up next. He got a title under his belt with Boston. We know how good he is defensively as a head coach. So, it's just it's hard to say who's going to be the next great head coach, because, of course, Spoelstra is there. But, after that, me, you know how I feel about Pop. Most overrated head coach of all time. We talk about somebody about talent. Look how he looked with no talent. Irrelevant. So miss me with Pop. But yeah, these guys, like I said, man, you got to give Pop, Phil, a lot of them other guys credit though, because when they was coaching at their height in their prime, them guys was good for the whole duration of their careers, 10 plus years. So I can't tell you Malone, Nurse, all these guys is good coaches or great coaches are going to be great when they got 2 good seasons. And then the next 2, 3 is like, what happened?
But I guess based on what you've seen, even with the drop off, Phil was never in that scenario, but he has the legendary status cemented. But which one of these guys have the best chance of being a legend in your mind? Which one of them have shown you like, oh no, even though he fell off?
Oh, okay. I mean, to me, it's just easy answer. Is Spoelstra, but a coach that I like Ime. I like Ime probably to be the next coach that a lot of players is going to want to play for, and he knows how to make things work with but so much. Remember, he had Houston relevant. That's not a great roster. He actually had them watchable. He had them competitive. So I look at things like that. I look at the coaches that don't have the superstars, the crazy teams. Okay, let's see. Look at what Spo doing with a 6'9" center in an undersized 2 guard. That's unhealthy. And a whole bunch of second round guys. So, I think Spo's already there, but I like Ime as far as being that next one, him and Tibbs. Because if Tibbs win a championship with the Knicks in the next 5 years or so, listen, man, that's going to cement him. That's going to be like him winning 5 championships.
As you're talking, another thought sparked, because people wouldn't consider Jerry Sloan a legend. Do you think Jerry Sloan is a legend?
Yeah, I think Jerry Sloan is a legend because, listen, man, when them guys was head coaches, that era, it was nothing but tough coaches. And it was tough back then. So for him to take that Utah team back-to-back finals and actually compete against the greatest player and the greatest team of all time, in my opinion, yeah, Jerry Sloan is definitely a good head coach. Yes, yes.
So the reason why I brought him up is because if you have Jerry Sloan out there as legendary, and it's a way to get things done. Because to me, you know how I say, you don't have these championships. Sometimes we overrate them. Because some guys win chips and we're like, he got 7 chips too. So what are you talking about?
Right.
Like
True.
John Sally, right? But no disrespect to John Sally, Brooklyn dude. But Jerry Sloan never won a championship. But he went at it with what's the kid that was there in Utah when he retired?
Who?
That went to the Nets. That was nice.
Daron Williams.
Daron Williams. He was headstrong, Jerry Sloan. I don't know if he could really, if he was fit for this era. But I'm saying,
look,
for coaches,
Fabian. Look how long he had the Utah Jazz popping. Like, let's be realistic. He had the Utah Jazz in contention for a while. And then even when Malone and Stockton was going, he recreated it with Daron Williams and them guys. So that takes a special kind of guy to have the Utah Jazz literally popping. Anybody can't do that.
And like Gregory Lee is saying, Sloan is a legend for constantly keeping Utah relevant in a small market and kept them in the playoffs and respectable. So, of course, Stockton and Malone, they were missing. If you look back at them Utah championships, finals appearances, and even that whole run, they're missing that third or fourth piece. They're missing that, and they could beat they could have beat anybody because they just had a squad and they had a good coach. But
bro, wasn't they up 2-0 against the Bulls in the finals in one of them finals?
Nah, no way. Bulls ain't win 4 in a row. Nah, because the Bulls didn't win 4 in a row. They might have been up 3-2, but.
All right,
Rick Adelman's another guy. Rick Adelman's another guy. Thank you. He doesn't get talked about. But my point in bringing Jerry Sloan up is
that was Phoenix. I'm sorry. That was Phoenix that was up 2-0, right, against Chicago.
Oh, could have been. I know we were up 2-0 against Chicago.
Right, Lord have mercy. Yeah, but oh man, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I think what would be wrong with let's say Ime Udoka if he turns out to be like a Jerry Sloan. There's nothing wrong with that's what I'm saying. You ain't got to win. All you got to do is show that you are trying to win. Once you show me that, it's like, okay, I get it. Either A, you don't have, if you're a basketball player and you don't have the talent, we can see that. It's kind of it's pretty noticeable on the court. Or B, you still understand that and you're being a jerk. You know what I'm saying? But a guy like Ime Udoka seems to be in this line of winning. Aside from the stuff that he went through in Boston, because all these things now you have to take into account being part of an organization. You can't mess anything up. You're now a leader. You ain't a player no more, Ime Udoka, right? So maybe he learned his lesson the hard way. But there's nothing wrong with being a Jerry Sloan of coaches, in my opinion. Just because you didn't win, to me, doesn't mean you didn't try to win. That's I guess that's all I'm really trying to say.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just to finish it off, pause. Yeah, you don't have to win championships to be a great head coach. I'm just saying, Phil Jackson is just the cream of the crop. But there's a lot of great head coaches that didn't win, and Jerry Sloan is one of them. When, like he said, small market, you keep that team relevant in the mix, and you keep, think about it. John Stockton, Karl Malone never left Utah. I mean, Karl Malone later on went to LA and tried to make some things happen, but
and he joined who?
Oh man, yeah, that was terrible. But they got injured. Big shot got paid. They told exactly. But yeah, man, it's a lot of great head coaches. It's just like I said. Now these guys are not consistent. Even when they win, after that, they're not even getting back to the finals or to the conference finals. They lose in the first round, second round. Players are leaving. So yeah, Ime Tibbs, young man in Boston look like he's gonna have a bright future. So yeah, but right now, you gotta go my guy from Miami. Right now, to me, the best head coach in the NBA the past couple years, even though he hasn't won since he had LeBron. But we just talking about coaching. Yeah. I'm going with my guy from Miami.
Turbo stats. Jerry Sloan went to the Western Conference Finals in 2007.
Wow.
I forgot about that on AK-47 and them boys. That's what San Antonio beat in the Western Conference Finals. Oh, they got Boozer. Right. All right. Wow. So he's just that's two different decades he went to the conference finals. But I think he went in the late 80s in the conference final. I know John Stockton got his nose broke against the Blazers in 92. And John Stockton got some iffy games early on in the 90s in playoffs. People don't want to talk about that. But they talk about consistency and not, they were missing that one guy to get him over the hump, or maybe two. But yeah, I think we hit everything on the nose with that, man. And I guess trying to get back to Gary Trent Jr.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, but hey, man, this is we love sports. But yeah. Gary Trent Jr. That'll be a great fit for us because we need depth. I know we need a big man, but just more scoring off the bench because remember we can't expect Deuce and DiVincenzo to do all the scoring. Remember, Deuce is an undersized guard, and we know when Josh Hart come off the bench. We're not expecting him to go crazy offensively. We know what we want from him, that energy, the toughness, the rebounding, things like that, the scrappiness. And if he gives us 10 to 15 points, that's a plus. But a guy like Gary Trent, I think he fits perfect on any team coming off the bench because he knows his role. 20-something minutes, and he going to give you 10 to 15 quick. Remember, he the guy that you could put in the game, and you up 9 or down 9, and he got either hit 3 threes to tie the ball game up, or he can hit 2-3 threes to put the game out of reach. So, but him being signed to Clutch, it's not a good thing for us. Not a good thing.
He shoots 42.6% from the field last year. For his career, he shoots 42%. He never shot over better than 43%, or maybe his second year was 44%. He played 61 games. From three for his career, he shoots 38%, which is about league average. If he don't choose the Knicks for the minimum or whatever it is, you go to Philly, it's all right. I think that's all right. It's a decent team with Nick Nurse. He played with Nick Nurse before in Toronto, right? But I think if he's smart, he goes and joins Denver and them because you're gonna get the ball. If you want to score, gonna have a career year, go to Denver, man. If you want to win, and if you're gonna sign a 1-year deal to look better, you see what happened with KCP and Bruce Brown. They got the money. If you want the money next year, go over there with the Joker and go win something, or try to win something. Philly, your man Embiid ain't showing up, bro. He gonna have a new excuse. Loaded up. March 2025, the Joel Embiid excuse train will arrive. So you don't want to go over there. Trust me, Gary Trent. I don't care what the Rich Paul and them are selling you. Don't believe it whatsoever. The big jokers out there in Denver and La Cosa Rosas over here in New York. We got open arms for you, but you coming with the wrong crew.
Well, if he picks Philly, it just goes to show, Rich Paul is all about getting his players the money. That's it, which I'm fine with, because as an agent, that's your job. But it's also to put your player in the best situation. And the best situation is the Knicks. It's not the Philadelphia 76ers. So, Clutch, shows their hand. But, hey, these guys is in it to make as much money as possible. But I think wherever Gary Trent goes, he's going to be a great help. But I would love him with our Knicks because, once again, I think he sparks and gives the firepower just as much as quickly. Now, he's not going to have the ball in his hands as much as quickly, but he can run off screens and he can score without having the ball in his hand. And I think that's very important when it comes to, guys coming off the bench for us. Because a lot of our guys got to have the ball in their hand for them to, score. So, man, I would have loved to get Gary Trent, man. Like I said, we'll see. Maybe, Clutch has a different, different mindset now. Let's see. Let's see if now Clutch is thinking about not only the money, but putting their guys in the best position, putting them with the better team, better organization, because it's damn sure ain't Philly.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm hoping for anybody's downfall, but Daryl Morey got to be on the clock already. He's been in Houston and Philly, and to me, he's a hot mess. And they don't talk about that enough.
I don't even know how he still got a job, bro.
Yeah, and he, just like LeBron, he talks on Twitter and goes crazy. He had to slow down. So he's a part of that Joel Embiid hot mess train. Because if you don't get this in order, you traded James Harden, you had a big breakup with him, and then this is one of those old school Nick moves. You get Paul George at 35 years old. His contract ends at 39.
Yeah, crazy.
Why isn't he? Them Philly fans should be up in arms about this guy. They should be saying, wait a minute, if this doesn't work year one, bro, we want you out of here now. You are garbage. Enough of your shenanigans. You three-car Monty out here robbing us. So, of course, his whole motto is, as long as you have two superstars, I think we're in a good position. Who can't you say that about? And that's all the opportunity he's looking for. So what's the difference between Daryl Morey and LeBron? As long as you have two superstars. So everywhere you go, you're trying to trade all your draft picks, take all your cap space away to get two superstars. Duh, but build the team. How about building the right team? I have yet to see that. That Ben Simmons thing was a debacle. You traded him for James Harden and got what? Cap space? I don't understand what you got. So Gary Trent Jr. is walking into that, and you ain't walking into that over here. There's no instability in New York. We get rid of the guys that are unstable. All of them. Guys who start chirping too much, Cam Reddish, out of here. Evan Fournier, you want more playing time? You? So Tibbs was like, I know you ain't talking about me, dog. Either them. Out of here. So I don't see that with Daryl Morey. He has a lot to prove. And I don't know if you're Gary Trent, unless you're looking for that big payday. And even then, I'm not sure that comes with playing with Philadelphia 76ers right now. I think it comes with playing with the Knicks because we're going to hype anybody up. If you do well with us, look at Alec Burks. Big bag on his way to Miami. He's chilling. Shout out to Alec Burks, man. You had the maybe a legendary game 7 against the Pacers. That was crazy. What he did. That was amazing. He was on fire. Brunson went down, broke his finger completely. Then Alec Burks takes that opportunity and goes, give me that big bag and send me to Florida.
Yeah.
I want to go to Miami and spend that less taxed up money over there on the beach with the Miami ladies. Uh-oh. Somebody shaking their head in the kitchen. Let me chill out. So Alec Burks is over there in Miami chilling with a big bag because of us. Just take a look at that, Gary Trent. That's all you got to do.
Oh, man, great point. Like I said, it's going to be tough because, when it comes to certain people and clutch clients and things of that nature, they're going to always want to rob us. So, it's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate, but these are the little subtle moves that championship contending teams make. So listen, man, hopefully we could get them. But I sent you something, and I don't know if it's real or not.
I'm just looking that up right now.
Listen, why are we not looking at?
I don't see anything on it, but go ahead. I'm gonna look it up and see if we can verify it.
All right, but I still want to, talk about it anyway, real quick. Why aren't we looking at trying to acquire Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks? Your opinion, is that something to look at? Would he be cheaper? Would you rather him than what's the other young man? Kessler?
Ooh. I'm gonna say yes, and I'll tell you why. There's nobody on this team over 30 years old. And I think that matters.
Okay.
I think that matters. Like, Kessler's probably going to turn out to be better, turn out to have more, he has more potential at this point because he's 22 years old or whatever he is. He barely could legal age of drinking. But Brook Lopez has shown us, I played one style when I came into the league on the Nets, and now all of a sudden I changed up just to win a championship. He changed his mold of style, regardless of what everybody says about the Bucks and everybody else got injured. Yeah, whatever. You got to play who's in front of you. Yeah, but Kyrie and James Harden twisted their knees up, whatever. But Brook Lopez talk about, how I say, AllBall, if you show me you're getting better every year, I like that guy. And it stood out for us with Brook Lopez because it was in real time. We were seeing him shift from this just outside shooting or from the mid-range guy to outside shooting, became a way better defender. He's actually a grown man version of what Hartenstein wants to be. Maybe a little older and a veteran. He can sit there and tell these kids, yo, I know you guys won in college, but hold on a second. Well, I've won here, and this is what it takes. I've been next to Giannis. I've seen when the great performers perform. Brunson, I see you got that in you, but just that the veteran leadership, do we have one? And if there is a factor for Brook Lopez, it got to be veteran leadership, in my opinion.
Listen, I think if we could get him, I think that's who we should go after. I see somebody in the chat was saying that we would have to like trade and give up players. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but I think Brook Lopez would be a great addition for us. For one, he can play defense. For two, he can knock down a three-point shot. And for three, he can rebound the ball. Listen, I think this would be a great addition for us. I think this is something that can fly under the radar, sleeper, that I think we make this move. This is a great backup for Mitch. Great backup. Like you said, veteran, low maintenance guy, been around the league, and he knows how to play the game. And he has to come cheaper than somebody else. So I really like this move, if it's possible. If it's possible. He's a legit 7-footer. He's a legit three-point shot maker. What's his percentage from three-point shot? And he knocks down free throws.
For his career, he's a 35% three-point shooter. He's not a great three-point shooter, but he can hit it because he's around league average. I think league average is 38%.
Right.
He's at 36% last year, almost 37, 37, 36. So he just recently started really shooting over 35% consistently. He had one year he shot 36.5% in 2018, 2019. But he's a threat. You just can't leave him open. And again, to your point, defensive player of the year candidate. He finished in the top in second 2 years ago when Triple J won.
Right, exactly.
And then
2 years ago was not that far.
Right. I just think he's a little overrated defensively, him and Giannis. Because how you lose Drew Holiday and both of you guys just disappeared on a defensive end.
Right. But it's not about him being great. It's just he can defend. Like, he's not a pushover. I'm not saying he can't have a 40-piece dropped on his top poles, but he's going to block shots and he knows how to defend. And once again, him being able to knock down that three-point shot and being able to spread the floor, to me, means a lot. And that's what we're missing when it comes to a big man. Remember, now when he comes in the game, you got to respect him from out there. And he's going to, even to be a threat to take the shot is what we need also. Remember, Mitch is not even going to attempt the shot. So it's like you ain't even got to worry about none of that. So for me, I think this is a move that, you know, it can be very good and sneaky for us. And a lot of people is going to look at it and don't think it's going to make a difference. But like you said, a veteran guy, been around the league forever, knows the league, high IQ, low maintenance, and he's tough. He ain't no pushover. And he's a legit 7-footer. And he's a solid big 7-footer. He's not one of them little guys that you can push over. So I think this would be great for us if we can't get the young man Kessler.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, and again, the experiences was winning me over more than anything else because Kessler's not experienced. There's a lot of things that he won't know what to do when it's time because it's just experience teaches you. Impulsive and just pure skill. And, you know, so Brook Lopez, he's been there, done that. Like, I've seen this play before. Oh, they're going to do this. And he's off of experience, muscle memory, and be like, oh, here's the pass.
Right. He has the experience, yes.
And also, he played alongside Middleton, Drew Holiday, Bobby Portis. If we're being real, I don't know if Drew Holiday, Bobby Portis, and Middleton is a better starting lineup or better lineup than OG, Bridges, DiVincenzo. He played with DiVincenzo when they won also, and Randall. Because, yeah, you have Drew Holiday there, but who's the other guy on the rotation that you have to go help you on defense? You got Bridges and OG on here with Brook Lopez. That's what he was missing when he lost Drew Holiday, as a matter of fact. Now that I'm thinking about it, now you got defenders to help you out and get back into defensive player of the year mode. So, damn.
And he's a light post threat. Like, he'll put you on the post to where you're going to have to bring somebody over the double team because he's going to put a guy on the post and he's going to kick it out for the wide open shot. So, for me, I think this would be great. This won't be the move that are like, oh, now they got Brook Lopez their championship. No, but this will definitely solve the backup center position. for sure. The experience, he has it all. He has it all. And he plays.
I think he also fits what Tibbs is looking for on the center position a lot. Not saying all of it, but when you say he's a post player, he has a presence there. He can, but Tibbs ain't even looking for all that.
Right. No, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he fits.
But hold on, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm so sorry. But I'm not saying that Tibbs is looking for that, but I'm just saying it does help sometimes to slow the ball down, to have a post presence, to get guys open. Remember, that's our problem where we have guys where now that you double team Brunson, but before that, you could just stay with your guy. So now we got to play hard every night. We not getting no easy shots. All our shots are contested. So just imagine we got him and Randall now that they're going to put guys on the block. Okay, you double team. Now we kick it out for Brunson, OG, Bridges, DiVincenzo for the wide open shots. It just makes the game easier. That's all I'm saying. And we need guys that's going to make the game easier for our guys. That helps on our legs.
Yeah, I think it's a great fit for what Tibbs wants. He obviously, unless you bought into Tibbs and want to play for him, it's like Taj Gibson. I don't know if Brook Lopez is down for that because it is a lot to rotate and have to be anchoring a lot and taking away a lot of the mistakes on defense that the lesser defenders can't, earn for you. That's why it's hard for Mitchell Robinson, I think. But unless Brook Lopez has bought into the Tibbs style, it'll be hard for him to come here. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Because with Walker Kessler, he's already a CAA client. He knows Leon Rose apparently, or he knows the tree of CAA. So if he comes here, it's like you kind of bought into this already. And he's young, so it's easier for Tibbs to mold that guy and that mindset, I would think. So he has his advantages. But if Brook wants to win the championship, it's not going to happen over there with the Bucks. And since he's still over there, you have to go trade for him. So that's the other knock on him. If we're going to trade pieces away, I don't know if I'm down to trade these pieces instead of holding off on them and possibly going after the Walker Kessler, or just having or throw out the Brook Lopez rumor out there just to put more pressure on Danny Ainge. Because I dare you to go. Now that I'm thinking about it, if Leon Rose is starting to make a bigger market for Jalen Duren, Brook Lopez, Sengun, if I start making them available in the media, Danny Ainge, your guy has less spotlight now. The other guys, maybe it affects the other general managers going, yo, hold on. I got to call Houston real quick. I got to call, Milwaukee real quick. I got to call these other teams. I ain't worried about you, Danny. Right? Hold on, Danny. I got to put you on hold. Leon Rose is getting the whole NBA to put Danny Ainge on hold right now. And I think more so than anything else, we need that rumor just for that. Put Scammy Ainge in his place. I love this. I love everything about entertaining it.
Yeah, well, listen, man. Let's see. These are moves that, whether they rumors or not, I just love to talk about them. And this is what being a championship contending team is all about. Upgrading, finding the right moves to make, and just keeping those leaks from spilling out. You know how you get a leak and then you patch it up and then another leak? Remember, you got to keep patching them up. And that's what happened with Denver. They didn't patch up their leaks. That's what happened with Milwaukee. A lot of these guys not going back to back. They're not even getting back to the finals. Boston patched up their leak. Oh, we're going to get Drew Holiday and we're going to get Porzingis. We're going to get rid of Josh Smart. We're going to upgrade Derek White. They patched up their leaks. And then what they do this season? Patch them up. We're going to bring all our guys back. So for us, the leak we have right now, it's no secret. We need a backup big man. We have to patch up that leak. Because there's no way in the world we're going to go into the season with just Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa. You cannot put that pressure on Precious all season. We need someone else just in case Mitch can't hold it down. That's why Hartenstein was so important and so vital to the lineup. Now Precious doesn't have that pressure on him to be the legit backup center. Now we need a legit backup center. Precious is the guy to back up that. But now we cannot make him the guy right after Mitch. No, that ain't fair to him. It's not fair to him. So listen, for teams and You look at all the legendary teams from Golden State to Chicago to Detroit to Boston, LA to San Antonio. To a lot of these teams that won multiple championships, or Cleveland, Miami, that won multiple or went multiple times. They always patch those leaks up. They either came back with the same team, or if they lost somebody, they replaced that person, or they added something, whether it was on the court or on the coaching staff, whatever it was. Got to patch up them leaks. We lost one. We leaking right now. Pause. Got to patch that up. We lost Hartenstein. Cool. We gotta patch that up. So for me, Brook, Kessler, whoever it is, Sengun, but we have to patch it up. I'm sorry, we have to.
Your chat is on fire. You guys are knocking down very strong basketball words. Let's go, Knicks Rehab. Rodolfo, let's go. Yeah, I see all the other haters who don't understand what it is to have a conversation. But I ain't paying you no mind, because you got to hate watchers now, Papa. You in the building with us. You see the love. You see the love. That's what's wrong with y'all. You can't stand the fact that you like me. It's like when your girl, she be cursing you out and everything. You be like, yeah, but you love me, though. And you hate the fact that you love me, though. That's the problem. You can't do nothing about that. Sorry. Yo, man. All ball.
All ball, suckers.
We ain't playing no games out here. Come on, man. More comments? Two more. Julius plays the 5. He can be Draymond Durant at the 4 and OG at the 3. Mikhail at the 2. Brunson at the 1. I hate the Knicks, but I ain't a hater. I'm love watching. Let's go, RP. You understand RP he always bringing the shots out here. That's how I know he got love for us. Come on, man. Yo, we love you too, Robert Paulson.
Listen, man.
Sengun is over, but we might lose a player, so nah. We talked about that yesterday. I don't know if you, or maybe you commented on that video.
Go back and watch. Well, listen, Fabe, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. That's why I put the drop on. I was just reading the comments before I did the official ending.
All right. Well, for me, everybody in the chat, have a great weekend. Y'all may see us tomorrow or maybe Sunday sneaking a little live. We don't know what time. But look, watch our social media platforms. But everybody, have a great weekend.
1,000%. And we'll chop up the clips up. So we have, the AllBall Fabian PerspecTV channel. We got Knicks Rehab channel. So look out for the, more Knicks chopped up content on there tonight or throughout the day, throughout the weekend. And on AllBall Fabian PerspecTV, I'll chop up the stuff that aren't Knicks related. Because, we're trying to get the algorithm to understand who we are. Because it's not about us. We're working with a computer. That's not a real person. They just type in a math problem, an equation, an algorithm. They got me fighting against ghosts, man. You online tonight, Fab? I might be, because it's Friday, but it's also a movie night, so I gotta watch, the movie with the kids, baby. USA #1. We got the American flags out here. Salute AllBall Fabian PerspecTV. Lou Boog, what's going on, baby? Y'all know what time it is. Have a great weekend. We're gonna keep posting, like AllBall said. We love y'all. It helps us keep going. Because sometimes with this game, it's the ups and downs of it, but I'm so white, I don't even have algorithms. Yo, RP is crazy. I'm out of here with that one, man.
Ball, suckers.
AllBall TV. They scared, but